Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating case involving illegal hunting, international smuggling, and a prize trophy bird, the Harlequin duck. This story has it all: a Washington state hunting guide, a clandestine operation across the Canadian border, and a potential for serious federal charges. It's a story that highlights the importance of wildlife conservation and the laws designed to protect vulnerable species. Stick around because this is a wild one. Disclaimer too, man, this case is just an indictment. Nobody's been charged yet, so I'm not going to disclose any names or places or anything because everyone's innocent until proven guilty. This is the United States of America. It's how we do things. And for those people from not the United States of America leaving comments in my comments section, that's cool. I do appreciate it, but the AI generated comments you're leaving mixed with the Google Translate, they're just scrambling your words all up and they don't mean absolutely anything. It's hard to make out what you're really trying to say. Other than Americans are all ignorant. I get it, but whatever, man. And we're going to carry on. So our story centers around the Harlequin duck, a beautiful and elusive sea duck once called the painted duck for its striking plumage. These birds are highly sought after by the waterfowlers, especially those aiming to complete the prestigious 41 North American waterfowl species list. Sort of a holy grail for dedicated hunters. It's a real deal. This quest for the Harlequin duck is where our story begins. Now, hunting these ducks is heavily regulated and for good reason. The populations are vulnerable and protecting them is crucial. The defendant is a 46-year-old male hunting guide and he's the owner of his own business. He's now facing federal charges for allegedly leading illegal Harlequin duck hunts in Canada and then smuggling the birds back into the United States. That's kind of wild there. The indictment alleges that the man who is not authorized to guide hunts in Canada led 3 separate hunting parties across the border near Blaine, Washington, between August 2022 and January of 2023. Seems like just one season. Think about that, man. Crossing the border specifically to circumvent hunting regulations. This is where things get interesting. The indictment claims that the defendant misrepresented his actions to both Canadian and U.S. border authorities. He allegedly claimed he was simply hunting with friends, a far cry from leading paying clients on illegal expeditions. But the scheme doesn't stop there. The defendant is also accused of colluding with the Canadian taxidermist to illegally ship the hunted birds back to the U.S. It gets crazy, man. This adds another layer of complexity to the case and underscores the lengths to which they allegedly went to conceal their activities. What? An international crime ring here, man. So what laws did the defendant allegedly violate? This is where the Lacey Act and the Migratory Bird Treaty Act comes into play. The Lacey Act, the nation's oldest wildlife trafficking law, prohibits the transportation of wildlife taken in violation of any law, including foreign laws. In this case, the alleged illegal hunts in Canada would trigger the Lacey Act. Additionally, the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, the MBTA, a U.S. law implementing international agreements to protect migratory birds, is potentially involved. These are serious laws designed to protect our shared wildlife resources. Man, there's already laws in place. Like, this guy's obviously not the first one to do this, huh? We're going to go into a little more detail about the Lacey Act because it comes up all the time. The Lacey Act is a U.S. law that combats illegal trafficking of wildlife, fish, and plants. Here's a breakdown of the key aspects. The core purpose: the Lacey Act aims to protect wildlife and plant life by prohibiting illegal trade. It makes it illegal to import, export, transport, sell, receive, acquire, or purchase any wildlife, fish, or plants that were taken, possessed, transported, or sold in violation of U.S. or foreign laws. That foreign law part is important for this story because it did happen on Canadian soil. It's also used to prevent the spread of invasive species. It regulates the importance of certain animals to prevent the introduction of harmful species. Very real. Very real. And the key provisions here: the broad scope covers all types of wildlife and plants, including timber, wood products, and even some plant-derived goods. Focus on legality. The key is that the wildlife or plant must have been obtained illegally in the first place. Example: poached, harvested without permits, etc. So yeah, I think these items have to be gained, gathered, hunted illegally, and then transported illegally. The declaration requirements is: imports of certain plants and plant products must declare them and provide information about their origin. And then the enforcement is: penalties for violations can be significant, including fines and even imprisonment. So it's very serious. It's a felony offense to do the Lacey Act. And then, like, the most unknown part about it is how it affects logging. Combating illegal logging. The Lacey Act has been instrumental in reducing illegal logging and promoting sustainable forestry practices worldwide. It protects endangered species. It helps protect endangered species by making it harder to trade them illegally, which we've learned that in those eagle stories, man. These people poach for this trade, to trade them, black market type stuff, sell, trade. It promotes conservation by discouraging illegal activities. The Lacey Act contributes to the conservation of wildlife and plant resources. In the most recent updates, the Lacey Act was amended in 2008 to include plants and plant products, significantly expanding its reach and impact. So they're not done. As more time goes by and people start doing more wild and weird things, the Lacey Act will keep expanding. But the Lacey Act is generally there just for conservation, to keep people from doing stuff illegal, to keep people from poaching, to keep people from doing illegal shit, selling stuff, doing stuff like that. That's the Lacey Act. And it comes up all the time on these stories, for sure. So I think it was just important just to run it down real quick. I'll probably run it down a few more times. It's kind of a big ordeal. The potential consequences for the defendant and his company are significant. If convicted, they could face up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine, or double the amount of economic gain or loss resulting from the offenses. This case underscores the importance of respecting hunting regulations and protecting vulnerable species. Absolutely. It serves as a reminder that wildlife conservation is a global effort requiring cooperation across borders. And yeah, this case proves just that, man, how important it is to have laws and have treaties with other countries. We're all trying to do the same thing here. The investigation into the defendant's alleged activities was a collaborative effort involving multiple agencies, including the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Homeland Security Investigations, the British Columbia Conservation Officer Service, and the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. Jeez, man. You know, you messed up. We got like 4 branches of government, 2 of which aren't even from your own country. This demonstrates the commitment of law enforcement agencies to protecting our wildlife and enforcing international treaties. Just don't break the law. I don't even know if that makes sense. To cross a border, one, like hunting in your own state, even like hunting in a different state's not even that easy, let alone crossing borders. Now, it is crucial to remember that an indictment is merely an accusation, and the defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. He will have his day in court, and it will be up to the prosecution to prove his guilt. This is a fundamental principle of our justice system, and it's essential to respect it, like we had said before. This is America. We're innocent until proven guilty. It is our right, and it's great. Like, there's nothing worse than just being assumed guilty when you didn't even do anything without a court date or anything like that. Like the court of social media, for sakes, dude. They'll get you. This case involving the defendant and the illegal hunting of Harlequin ducks is a stark reminder of the challenges facing wildlife conservation efforts. It highlights the allure of rare and prized species, the potential for illegal activities, and the importance of international cooperation in protecting our shared natural heritage. We'll continue to follow the stories it develops, bring you updates as they become available, man. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we'll definitely bring in more updates for that as time goes on. This case isn't over yet. Like, it's going to be interesting to hear what he's got to say, or how the course actually goes. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Like, subscribe, follow our social medias, man. We do this 3 times a week. Some kind of news, some sort. Either be fishing or wildlife. It'll be the same thing. Later.